good as you could ever imagine. Totally blessed, beyond belief. To know that it's my first love, baseball. Obviously, I've done it my whole life. I owe everything I got to baseball. And to have your kids and your boys and follow in your footsteps, so to speak, for a baseball dad, there's nothing better. I mean, I'm very proud of them no matter what, but being that I can come in here, quote unquote, working and see one of my boys.
Kevin Cron is living a baseball dad's dream. Not only is one of his sons playing professional baseball, both of them are. Kevin, who is an infielder for the Reno Aces, and CJ, who's the first baseman for the Tampa Bay Rays.
That's all we ever really knew was I mean, sports in general, but baseball to be more specific, I guess. We just always loved it because we got to compete with each other, you know, with our dad. Like, we'd be shagging fly balls and see who could catch the most. And I was 7 and he was 10, and these pro ball players are hitting fly balls God knows how high, and I'm trying to catch them, and my brother's over there diving all over the place. And I just think how much fun we had being able to do that together. And then more so even now, as being a professional baseball player now, just being able to, all the stuff that we didn't even know we were absorbing, we kind of just absorbed all that information about how to be a pro and how to, you know, how they go about their business, what the life's like. We kind of just absorbed that at a young age, and I think that's carried a lot of value now.
Let's call it the osmosis of learning. Like, people always say, how did you teach your kids so much about the game? Because the instincts of the game are just, either they're in you or it's very hard to learn instincts, but they both have instincts. And it's because of spending time on the bench as a 4 or 5 or 6-year-old. Those are invaluable experiences that they'll cherish for the rest of their life, and you know, it's served them well in their line of work too, obviously.
The Cron brothers knew nothing else but to follow in their father's footsteps. Chris was an MILB manager for multiple teams while they were growing up. The best memories were the ones they made with him during the summers.
I think growing up, the coolest part for me was being able to like travel with my dad and my brother, and my mom and sister too. Like, we'd go for the whole summer. When school gets out, we're packing everything up. We're shipping off to, you know, Great Falls, Montana, Hickory, Winston-Salem, all sorts of places. And I think the coolest part was just being able to, like, we used to do our family dinners for lunch before you go to the field. Like, my mom would cook a dinner, we'd eat it for lunch, and then we'd go to the field, and we'd get to shag, we'd get to hit BP, we'd get to do everything. And I think that was just really special for me to share that with him and my brother more than anything, but also just the whole family being able to be there and kind of go through that struggle of minor league life together, but also just get to enjoy it in our own way. It was just really cool for us.
Chris is now the hitting coordinator for the Diamondbacks and technically Kevin's boss. But they're both thankful that the Diamondbacks organization prioritizes their father-son relationship over the player-coach.
We both do a really good job of making it more just father-son than player-coach. I don't think, even though he is technically, you know, my boss and the hitting coordinator with the Diamondbacks, so to speak, I don't think we ever actually take it to that level. And I think the Diamondbacks do a really good job of keeping that as professional as it can be, while also letting us have that, you know, father-son relationship as well. Like last year when I won the Player of the Year, it was really cool that, you know, Mike Bell called me and told me I won and said my dad didn't know yet, so you can call him just like any other player. So that was really special to me to be able to do that, and it just speaks to what the Diamondbacks have done for us in that type of relationship.
It's great because it's so unique. There's not very many people in Kevin and my situation. I mean, we all have parents, they're, you know, fathers, sons, and what have you, but they're not in the same line of work. And in reality, all these kids, all these players are kind of like your kids, but there's only one favorite kid for me, and it's obviously Kevin in the minor league. My favorite big leaguer is CJ. And until Kevin knocks on that door, you never know who I'm going to choose. But no, it's great. Like I said, I'm truly blessed to be able to do what I do, and I don't take any of these days for granted. And it's like it's something that I'm so happy that it's come all the way around.
With one son in the MLB and the other knocking on the door of his MLB debut, Chris is cherishing every moment of seeing his sons live this same dream he did. He got to experience it in spring training when they played against each other, a moment he'll never forget, getting a small glimpse of their future to come.
CJ both times played, I think, all 9 innings, which doesn't really happen for big leaguers very often. So knowing, I guess, either they knew that I wasn't going to play till the 8th or 9th inning, or it just worked out that he was getting a full game that day. But my first time I didn't get a hit, and then the second time he was playing first and I got a hit. And I think I hadn't really asked him, but I think if there was a moment my dad found like most special, that would probably be when we were both at first messing with each other.
It was one of those moments where I was very, very happy to have sunglasses on, because it was an emotional moment. I mean, I'm a man and I'm a big, strong guy and what have you, but those are the type of moments that bring you down to your roots and to the, like, this is what life's all about. I mean, first of all, the kids are living a dream just like I was able to live a dream. And I accomplished a goal playing in the big leagues, not very long, but I did it. And now I know from a dad's standpoint what my dad felt when I did it and accomplished it. My dad wasn't a player, but he was a big sports guy. And, you know, it meant a lot. And to see them both on the same field, living out their dreams like they've always wanted to since the littlest of times, all the little ball in the house, you know, breaking stuff in the house, all those things, you know, all the little games we used to play, all worth it and great.